What's going on, everyone? This is Adam and Craig with Grandstand Golf. In this show, we're talking our round 4 DFS Showdown targets for the 2020 CJ Cup. Craig, we kind of had a wild Saturday there. Are you surprised by the makeup of the leaderboard?
Yeah, well, I mean, we talked a little bit about the potential for Xander not performing yesterday on our show, but I was really surprised to see him come back the way he did. It's not surprising to me that Henley's out there just because even before going into this, we talked about him being a good sleeper because he's such a good ball striker. But I was really surprised to see Xander fall off how he did.
And I think Haddon as well. Haddon was our, early leader on Thursday.
But that to me feels like it makes, like, the narrative makes a bit more sense. You know, he did win last week and then flew. He's still jet lagged. There's all the things. He had a great Thursday, but like it catches up with you a little bit. So that doesn't surprise me as much as Xander does. Yeah.
And so for DraftKings, we have bonus points for finishing position. We have Henley that is 3 out of the next group of about 4 players, I think, tied for second. Is Henley your pick to win? Are you fading Henley in round 4? What is your strategy?
I think Henley's going to get it done personally. In terms of Showdown, I think you kind of choose 1 or 2 of those guys that you think will be there for finishing position, and then you mix them with people you think are going to have good chances to go low and good chances to move up in the finishing positions.
Yeah, I think I'll kind of do 2 strategies. If I make a kind of a handful of lineups, I'll have Henley and a chaser, like a Xander or a JT or a Koepka, something like that. Or I'll kind of have 2 or 3 of the chasers and see if Henley completely falls off.
Yeah.
I think I would probably go about 50% Henley as well, because 3 is a big cushion, and he's just playing well. We liked him going into the tournament. I think we both did. So it's hard to see him, but I mean, we saw Xander, one of the best players in the world, fall back significantly.
Well, and that's the thing. You look at Lanto Griffin as well. He wasn't up there at the start of the day. There's tons of volatility in this golf course, so really anything could happen still.
And it's gonna be a fun, closing stretch. That pin placement on 18 today was tough, and seeing people go from the back rough to the front rough, it's hard to see that. All right, so for my picks, I'm going to give you a little bit more room here to pick who you want up top. My first pick is Brooks Koepka at 8,800 on DraftKings. He's improved kind of every day. 74 on Thursday, 68, 68. His 68 today could have been a lot better, though. He was even par on the 4 par 5s, and we've talked about that. Those need to be your scoring hills. You need to get under par on the par 5. So I think a better round is out there for him. And his ball striking throughout the tournament, so strokes gained approach plus strokes gained off the tee, gives us ball striking. It went from minus 1.21 in round 1, positive 0.86 in round 2, and then positive 2.83 on Saturday here.
So it should be like plus 5 tomorrow based on the trend.
You see the trend. No, but I think, he's been off for a long time, and it's hard to come back, and I think he's showing that he's in good form. He's getting into Augusta form. I think he can go low.
Yeah,
even
like
crack a top 10 possibly.
I like it. I also really like, from what we've seen out of Brooks, I really like how it looks going forward.
Yeah. My second pick is Jason Day, 7,600. I think a guy you were on at the start of the tournament, and I was pretty hesitant. I was even hesitant, I think, after round 1, but he went 70, 70, 66. I actually did throw him in a showdown lineup today, so I was happy to do that. I noticed his ball striking stats were trending in the right direction. And then today, 4th in the field in strokes gained tee to green, just under 5 positive. So really, really positive. But throughout each day, he's been positive in strokes gained off the tee and approach, which is actually quite rare. It's hard to see both those stats be positive. 6 times, 2 for each day.
It means he's just so solid.
So solid. He's a guy right up there. He's probably going to be pretty popular because his price tag isn't that high. He's going to be probably a really popular mid-tier kind of guy.
Like I was saying on Thursday, people love to hate Jason Day.
They do. I was hesitant. He won me over today with his round on Saturday. I'm going to play him again Sunday. I'm just going to go right back to the well.
When he plays solid, and we saw it a little bit earlier in the year, or earlier in 2020.
Yeah.
When he does play solid, you're like, how is he not doing this all the time? Like, why isn't he the player he used to be? And maybe it likely is the back, but when he does seem to have a solid grasp of it, it just seems so rock solid.
Yeah. And then my last pick, Paul Casey, 6,600. And you probably saw me put this up and you're like, Adam, you're crazy. Why do you keep sticking with this guy? So I played him in my tournament long contest. I played him on Thursday. I played him on Friday. I'm like, okay, Paul, you're not playing well this week. I'll lay off you. And then he goes and posts a 67. Just, I can't get a read on this guy. Anyways, he was second in the field in strokes gained tee to green on Saturday, sorry, plus 5.64 at 6,600. I mean, he just is a lot more talented than those guys down near him. And like I talked about Paul Casey going in, his strokes gained stats throughout the year are solid. He should fit this well. Finally, he found something on Saturday. It's risky and it kind of makes my stomach like churn to play him on Sunday, but he just provides so much savings.
Yeah. So I like the Paul Casey play. To me, it's a little bit similar to my Scottie Scheffler play, even though their prices are quite different. But the reason being, I think that there may be a bit of an advantage for these guys who are going off on the back. So I'm assuming there were no tee times when we were making this before we were making this video, but I'm assuming they're doing the same thing they did today, where the bottom half of the field is going off of 10. And to me, and I think maybe it's just because there's a few hard greens there that are harder to hold, that can be a huge swing in scoring. Like 18 is a perfect example. That little par 3, I forget it maybe 13 or 14, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But we saw Bubba go out and post a score. We saw Ryan Palmer doing it. We saw Paul Casey do it. We saw quite a few guys. And the scoring average on the back nine was lower for the guys who are out there in the morning.
Right.
So you would think that the people who are out there in the morning are the bottom half of the field. They would not have a better scoring.
They are kind of starting in the middle and then working their way through, because Paul Casey was out near the leaders because he was at the back end of the field. So it's kind of odd tee time structure, and I'm assuming they're going to do that as well on Sunday, but he will be going off the back for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna, I want to, for my discount guys, I want to target some people who are going out early on the back nine.
Yep, I like it. All right, Craig, who are your 3 picks?
So I'm on Rory again. I spoke about him going into the Friday round, and he was a little bit hit or miss. He's been making a ton of birdies and a ton of bogeys. He's 8 under through 3 rounds, but it should be, so that second round 69, he actually had that lost ball that got embedded into one of the front of the greens, or the between the bunker and the green. So first off, that should be a 67. Second off, his strokes gain approach, which is -124 on the week, should actually be better than it is, because he lost. He essentially took like a 2-stroke penalty there, which was a decent shot into a par 5 green. So anyways, he is like the class of the field when it comes to strokes gain off the tee. He is every day he's over a full stroke gained. He's 1.85 on the week. The next closest I want to say is at about 1.25. So he's gaining at least a half stroke on the whole field, and more like a stroke or more on most guys. So I just think Rory. I think Rory looks like he's turning back into the Rory that we expect, and I think it's super exciting.
I also kind of like these Rory Brooks plays because they're not really in contention, so they can probably swing a little bit easier. They can go out and have some fun and just rack up a bunch of birdies and be like, oh, I fell into a tie for 7th just by going out and...
Well, and they're, I think both of them, they're looking to Augusta. Yeah, they're playing. Sure. I don't know if both of them are playing next week. I would think they are, but really they're getting their competitive reps in. This is like a practice tournament for them. And I just really saw encouraging things from Rory. I think it could have been even lower than 66 today.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And speaking of someone who could have gone even lower today, Viktor Hovland at 8,300. So I have him in a few week longs, and he is just tormenting my soul right now. But I'm
up and down and up and down.
I think he's gonna. The signs point to him having a positive or a good Sunday round. His ball striking is just awesome as usual. It's only slightly he's only gaining slightly from both approach and off the tee, but it's because he's making mistakes. So he's made tons of birdies. He's made an eagle. He's just making bogeys. Like I don't know if it's just because he's so aggressive, so he's short-siding himself, but he just seems to, if he can eliminate some of those, he has the potential to go so low. And so I was looking at his 2020, his full season. So he had 17 fourth rounds over the course of the year. 5 of those were 66 or better. So if there's someone, pretty good. Yeah, like somewhere between a third and a quarter of the time, he's just going off on Sunday. So I'll roll the dice. If you look on DraftKings, it shows you like the round 4 scoring average.
Right.
But he has on his round 4s, he has a 77, a 77, and a 79. So like, if you look at like you eliminate those, his round 4 scoring average would be crazy low. He's so volatile, and I'm just gonna roll with the volatility and hope it's the week it goes low.
After you kind of describe that, he feels like Sunday's Bubba Watson. Like Bubba just went out there and got a bunch of birdies. He still got a couple bogeys, but he has got so many birdies. That kind of feels like how Hovland is setting up for Sunday.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm embracing the variance. It might blow up in my face, but I'd rather take the chance.
For sure. Yeah.
Last similar idea here. Scottie Scheffler, similar to Casey, he's going out likely on the back, and I think he'll be going out fairly early on the back. I don't think you're ever going to get Scottie Scheffler this low priced and likely still with as low of ownership as he will have. He's been making birdies. He's got 10 through 3 rounds. You'd like to see him make more. He usually would make more. But really 8 bogeys, a double, and a triple. So his play has been, his score is not reflective of the fact that he actually has made a decent amount of birdies. He's 5 over on 2 holes. So I just think Scottie Scheffler is one of these people that can go out there and post anytime. And I like it. I like it when you have a chance to get him this cheap. And I don't think he's going to attract a ton of ownership.
Yeah. It's just choosing that long-term talent, right? You're getting guys at a discount that have proven over the course of a career or season that they are better than what their current price is for that round.
Yeah, I did look at his 4th rounds last year. He had 18, 12 of those were 70 or better. So he's a little bit more consistent, but not quite as crazy low. He has a few crazy low ones, but it's more just like most of the time he shoots really well on Sundays.
Yeah. Quickly recapping for Sunday at the CJ Cup, I got Brooks Koepka 8,800, Jason Day 7,600, and Paul Casey 6,600.
And I've got Rory 10,000, Viktor Hovland 8,300, and Scottie Scheffler at 7,700.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Good luck tomorrow. Make sure to catch our podcast. We're going to do a full breakdown of the CJ Cup. We usually release it on Monday, but links are below to subscribe. Also, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, you'll get to hear the full-length rants on the podcast. So look forward to it.
Exactly.
Good luck, guys. Thanks a lot.
All right, take care.